I'm Linwood Montiel, and across the years I have written 5 different ghost story books, including Ghost Along the Cumberland, and Kentucky Ghost, and Ghost Across Kentucky, and Haunted Houses and Family Ghost of Kentucky. And I'll stop on that, but let me say that I've written 21 books altogether. And as I tell people, I could care less writing about kings and queens and presidents. I like to write about local life and local people. And one of the stories, of course, has to do with the Spurlington Tunnel, located on the borderline between Marion County and Taylor County, Kentucky. And it's a fantastically interesting story, and it's got different versions, of course. There are 3 ghosts that protect the Spurlington Tunnel, and legends, according to the local people, tell about the black workman who died, the mule, and about the witch, Nancy Bass.
For years, the legend of a witch has hovered over Spurlington. Nearly everyone around the peaceful little northern Taylor County community has heard the stories, but some guard their comments, almost as though the supposed witch, Nancy Bass, were a skeleton in the family closet. Nancy Bass, who lived in Spurlington in the last century, is thought to be buried in the hill over the long, dark railroad tunnel that is the town's most famous landmark.
Bob Wise, born and raised in a little place called Spurlington. My mother and father owned and operated a little country store. And I sat there at the store and listened to those jokes and tales night after night. Each one will have a different story, be 15, 20, maybe 25 sitting around every night. They talk about Nancy Bass was the main subject they talked about all the time.
Nancy Bass. Everybody seemed to call her Aunt Nancy. My daddy, C.G. Spurling, I've heard him tell different things that happened in Aunt Nancy's time, and his granddaddy, Grandfather Wright, my daddy's mother's daddy. She would come over there often, seemed as the story went, and she would come over here, and it seemed as if every time she come, she would get in hot water or she'd get somebody else in hot water. One time she come, and Uncle and Granddaddy Wright had a field of oats.
I ran into her out in my oat field last week. She asked me why I hadn't cut my oats yet. I told her I didn't feel like it. I sure do wish them oats was cut, though.
Well, nothing more said. He went on to bed. The next morning, he was so sore he couldn't hardly get out of bed.
Nancy Bass, what have you done to me now?
And them oats had been cut in the cradle, and they had been tied up in bundles, laying there. And of course, he got away quick what had happened. Aunt Nancy had worked him all night.
She must have put a spell on me, because the next morning, when I woke up, I was so sore, I couldn't hardly get up. I looked out my window, and them oats was cut and bundled, and I don't remember a thing. Nancy Bass, are you in that outhouse?
Yeah, what are you out there hollering at me for?
Come out here, I need to talk to you.
What are you hollering about? You best be careful how you talk to me.
I ought to kill you. Look over yonder in that field. I'm about dead.
Didn't you say last night you wanted them in bundles? You better watch what you say, you old coot. I helped you out and so did Jim Farmer. You best back off before something else gets done.
This is my wife, Nell Wise, who came from Smith Ridge originally. That's 3 miles south of Campbellsville. You don't know where that is, some of you. And we married and we lived at her parents' place for 3 years. And then we moved to this location. We've been here 50 some years. I don't know how many, 52 or 30. On the same farm, we built a new house for us.
When I first came to Spurlington, one of the first things I heard was about the witch of the Spurlington Tunnel. She is listed as a 42-year-old woman with 2 children in the 1850 U.S. Census. She was reputed to be a witch around 1870 when she would have been 60 years old. And she was reported that she could cast spells on people. She would make their crops fail. Their children would get sick, or their cows would go dry. She lived in barns and haystacks. She got her food from farmers who were very afraid of her, men and women alike, because they were afraid of what she might do to them if they displeased her.
They talked about her and talked about everything, about what she did to you if you didn't give her what she wanted. And one old guy, she asked him for something. He said, no. I said, I'm not going to give you anything. Well, I said, sure as good if you give me a drink of water. I said, well, I guess I would do that. He gave her a drink of water. Got through drinking the water, looked down his feet, and his old guinea was of a turkey. His old guinea was laying at his feet. She'd cast a spell on a guinea, and guinea fell dead. And another was the case where she turned a man into a horse.
I tell you, last week she turned me into a horse. I swear. She must have rode me like one, too. I woke up with chestnut burrs. Grains of oat were in the cuff of my pants.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
Someone ought to hang that woman as a witch. Burn her at the stake or something.
You know we can't do that. She's cursed anybody that harms her or even bothers her great. She says they'll come to a fate worse than hers. I'm not going to mess with her. She can stay in my barn as long as she wants to.
They tell these tales over at the store, and it was about 100 feet from the store to the house, and I'd be scared to death, and I went to bed early. And so I'd go out the door and make about 2 jumps from the store to the house, and I'd get in bed and cover my head and ears up.
Well, I'm satisfied that there was a Nancy Bass, and I'm satisfied she was a witch or had power over some people and some things, because there's been too many stories told about